Everybody, this is Craig, and I'm back with movie number 7 for October. And today's movie is one that you might hear the title and you react, no, no way, that's BS. When a Stranger Calls Back from 1993. This is not the remake of When a Stranger Calls. This is the sequel to the original When a Stranger Calls from 1979, and it does bring back Carol Kane, who was the babysitter in the original. In this one, she plays a counselor, still the same individual. This movie, made for TV, I believe it was TNT or TBS back in the day. I saw it when it originally aired, and back then, I loved it. And I talk to fellow horror fans about it every now and then, and I mention it, and a lot of times, like, oh yeah, no, the remake was awful. I'm like, no, not the remake. What about the sequel? What did you think of the sequel? And a lot of times they get blank stares, maybe because it was a TBS thing. I don't know. It sort of got shuffled through the cracks. I know it is on DVD. I own it on DVD. I don't think it ever made Blu-ray status. I don't know if any of the Stranger Calls movies did. Sadly, probably the most recent one, which that remake was bad because of how far they went from the original source material. But, as has been the theme with the movies we've been doing this month of the countdown, for the most part, I'm trying to take more obscure stuff, although you'll see tomorrow's movie is a little more commonly known. And I'm only doing that because the guy over my shoulder, Mr. Billy, wants me to, so I will, and we'll talk about his frick. Yes, I know. But this movie, When a Stranger Calls Back, without giving spoilers, because I've been doing my best to sort of, do that delicate balance, is worth watching. It operates in a series of vignettes, essentially. It starts with the babysitter, who, that's a big part I actually forgot to mention, Jill Schoelen, I believe that's how you pronounce her last name, who horror fans should know well, because Jill Schoelen was, she was in Cutting Class with Brad Pitt. I actually think she actually was married to Brad Pitt, too. Or she was in Phantom of the Opera with everyone's favorite Freddy Krueger. She was in... Oh, there was one other one I wanted to mention besides the big one. She was in... Well, the big one she was in was Popcorn. Popcorn, which I just picked up the Amazon Blu-ray. Hopefully it'll be here shortly. I love Popcorn. It was good fun. Had a really cool twist if you haven't seen the movie. If you did see the movie, then you know what the twist is, and you know it was an enjoyable one. Popcorn, I don't know, probably won't be on the list here, just because I think other people may be talking about it. Stepfather, by the way. Stepfather was the other movie she was in. And she was actually in a few others. So she was quietly a pretty big sort of, scream queen, in the movie she was in. Maybe an unexpected one, but she definitely was in enough horror films and survived in enough horror films. Although, I'm not going to say she did or didn't survive in this one. You'll have to check out yourself. Because she is not the big heroine in this one. She is sort of the person who brings in the big heroine. But this movie, again, it opens up with her as a babysitter, fast forwards, she experiences something very similar to what Carol Kane did in the original. Then Carol Kane tries to help her to get through with stuff. And then maybe the guy's back. The guy who took the kids. I guess I'll give you one sort of creepy spoiler, but they took the milk carton. You do see a milk carton that has the kids that were gone pop back up in Carol Kane's fridge. You also see in Jill's closet the clothes from the kids that were there when that took it under her watch. So it has a good creep factor. It's a good horror movie, thriller for people who don't like gore. I personally am okay with gore, but they might be turned off by it to some extent because there is none. There might be the blood stain you see. That might be about the extent of it. And there is an element. I'm just going to say this. I mentioned I'm doing a review tomorrow of Billy's movie. If you don't recognize Billy, he is from Dead Silence. There's a reason I'm doing these movies back to back. And that's all I can say about that without giving you too much. And it is such a cool little, huh? Oh. And there's a line that Charles Durning gives when he figures out who he is. It's, oh my God, the killer. Clearly we're looking for a blank. I'm not going to tell you what that blank means. You're going to have to check out for yourself. But folks, watch it When a Stranger Calls Back. Maybe more than any of the movies we've done so far. It's not the best of the movies we've done so far, but it is the one that I want you to see the most. Because I think it has some of those pop factors that we look for. Still think the first movie I did was my favorite so far in the West Spiderhole, but this movie is definitely something you need to watch. So if you haven't seen it, see it. If you have seen it and it's been a while, watch it again. I know I have. So have a good one, everybody, and check in tomorrow for, since I gave the preview, Dead Silence.